potential. The only positive that they do have is, of course, everyone knows that. Everyone knows Dust too. You know, no one really has any issues on it unless you struggle with aim, of course. And I mean, Austria, they're not the best aimers in the world. We've seen from this, and UK seem to be a little bit ahead of them on that curve, but I'm sure tactically they should have this one down. And we will be going into the pistol round here. So UK starting off on this T side, Austria winning the knife round, going for that CT pick, and we will be having a quick look at the buys. Austria just going for the 4 armor, 1 kit on Kakafu, and UK they're not using any smokes. No, just full armor here on this T side, and this bomb set outside along, but 3 players going over towards middle here.
Bold push here from Vlad. He's still taking this battle at lower B. He's going to abate from that for the time being now. And it's not 3 out long, it's 2 out long. They're going to send the bomb over in that direction as well. They've already got Pulse out past the blue dumpster, so he's going to be looking for any aggression over by pit side. There's not going to be anything over there to start things off. Of course, we know this. He doesn't. It's essentially a retake on A strategy here from the CT side. They're playing heavy on B. They've got 1 on B side of mid. They've got 2 playing over there towards the B bomb site, and their cat guy just got picked. So it is going to be what looks to be a split onto the A bomb site now that they've started to open up things, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're getting up on catwalk now. Kakafu's got to be careful. He's the lone defender on A. He's going to spot it out, drops down into CT, smokes off cat, but he's got to watch out because they're pushing on long A as well. No smoke for the cross, so this is going to be difficult for Pulse to get across, or not. They just whiff, and he doesn't take a point of damage and just runs across, so that's good.
Ooh, I'm not sure if I agree with this. Aaron just running right through the smoke. Ezio does hit a shot, though, but Shipter will trade him out. Aaron's still alive and continues to go for the peak, because this is UK, and why wouldn't you go for the peak? UK now in a 3v2. Vlad is very tagged up here for this CT side, and Shiki is going to drop down Kaka, meaning just Vlad is alone in a 1 versus 3 with only 3 health as well, so not much potential for him to pick this one up in Pulse. He will execute him, and what's good to know, actually, we didn't mention earlier, is that Mighty Max has actually been swapped out for Ezio, so that's interesting to see. I think that's a good decision after we saw Mighty Max's performances struggling a little bit, not only with internet but also with actually getting kills on the first map, but maybe Ezio will be able to make up for that gap. Either way, UK, they come into this with a huge advantage, especially after winning that pistol.
So now we'll have to see. I think this is the first time since round 1 of map number 1 that Weber is actually bottom fragged for the UK side, so we'll see. It is only 1 round, so we'll get that for the time being, but the big thing about this right now is that the United Kingdom going to continue on from where they left off in the last map. It's an A stack here from the CTs. They've had 4 players over there. They rotate the 5-man Mitza over towards mid with the Desert Eagle to try to get a peek over in towards this area, or at least relay a little bit of intel, but they're not going to be able to find anything. They do have a scout at top A. Pardon me, not actually top A. That's going to be Vlad down here on the ground by elevator looking for a pick, but he's not going to be able to connect on anything at the moment. Smoke comes out for CT cross. It's a little bit off the mark. There's a gap. He takes advantage of it, but he gets punished. Pulse is going to find 2. He's already starting off on the right foot this matchup.
Yeah, another rotation is coming in from Austria here. They've only got 1 armoured player, and so he's got to step up, but he's instantly down. Ezio finishes him off, and now it's only Kako and Mitsara who are going to be alone here in this 2 versus 4. They do get a bit of damage off of the Eagles, but by and large, it's looking pretty good. And the 2 rifle players obviously almost full HP here, so that's going to be the important part. The bomb is ticking away, and there's not too much long left. Shiki, he's going to catch out Kako over towards long, leaving just Mitsara, who's going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. Stuck here on CD spawning. Aaron, he's going to pre-fire him to the ground. UK 2-0. And Austria, they will be going for this full eco now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, granted, that's an anti-eco round, but the big thing about it is that the United Kingdom, even on the first map on Cash, they're winning their aim duels. And that's what it boils down to, is that they're winning all of these aim duels, so they're able to get these early advantages and carry them throughout the round. So we will have to see whether or not they can continue to capitalize on that moving forward. Kakafu actually going to get aggressive here in mid. There is backup here for Shiki. They're actually crushing on middle. This is working out really, really well here so far for the CT side. Finally, the lower B player comes around and takes down Vlad, so they swing the momentum back. And a nice shot there from Pulse is going to find that player in middle. And it's all down to Shipta with only 12 HP. But I like the thought there from Austria. They went for the mid crush.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing Shipta can do really at this point without flanking over towards long and grabbing a rifle, maybe going for that save. And yes, that's going to be exactly what he does. Perfect decision here from Shipta. Good timing as well, and hopefully he'll just go for the straight up save here. There's really not much potential of him getting anything else, and I'm not too sure. It seems like he'll be going towards long, so either towards some kind of pick play from Pit. I'm not too sure. This doesn't make a lot of sense, at least.
The bummer is the fact that the rifle that he gets is a Galil, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. He doesn't really want to carry that into the next round when he's going to have, you know, ops and M4s in the hands of him. Now, if he can kill a player, let's say, not Ezio, but one of the other guys, he would have been in a better position here. Curious to say, I know it took me 3 rounds to put this one together, but Ezio filling in for Mighty Max, who was having some latency issues in the first matchup, so bear that in mind that they did do a little bit of a swap here, but it looks like he's off on the right foot at 4-1 to start things off. First full gun round going to come out. Mitz is going to be on the AWP with no armor, so he's doing it raw, he's doing it naked, he's doing it without that extra little bit of insurance policy that if he gets tagged up, he's going to be able to find the kills regardless, but Weber's going to have the AWP here for the UK side. His rifles were on point in the first map. His AWP was pretty solid on the CT side. He was one of those running joke on ESCAs. He's one of those 9 RWS quad AWPers on cash, but he was doing a pretty good job with that throughout that last matchup. So we'll see if he can continue on here as Austria looking to put their first round on the board.
Yeah, and Shiki going to be trying to do some damage down middle. Does get a bit of a tackle to Chris, but essentially nothing there at that point. Still plenty of time to work with for this T side, and yeah, to push on to any execute there. Most of their players bounded towards middle now, and the mid to B smoke will come out. But Chris, it's going to be perfect. He realizes there's a door smoke, so they can't actually push through it yet. And so he's going to allow himself to push through that CT smoke and actually get aggressive over towards middle here. Still not peeking out, and that's going to be the UK will decide to go up towards Cat in the form of Aaron there, trying to get an entry, but they're just holding fast at the moment. I think they're just waiting for this mid to B smoke to expire so they can re-smoke it. And yep. Flash goes in, the smoke goes in, the flashes will follow, and Chrissy's going to be in prime position, but no, Shiki checks the angle, that's going to be lucky for him, and finds the headshot. Now UK have a pick, but they don't have a lot of time to push onto the site.
Yeah, they're still looking for Vlad, who's actually jumping up here in CT, and Paul spins around, finds the kill, must have made a sound or something, alerted him relatively quickly. They've got one player to deal with in the backside of this B bomb site, who's locking it down right now. It's Kakafu getting 2. It's going to be Shiki to shut him down, and it's a 3-on-2, and it should be a post-plant. They actually had to go back out through window to find that bomb, and Mitza not taking the extra, not taking the peek at that point, and could have potentially punished that, but because he was sitting so far back, he doesn't get the opportunity. Lake shot onto Weber from CT spawn, but it's not going to make a difference. That off shot's going to find Shipta there in mid, and it's going to force Mitza to fall back. So Austria still yet to get on the board, as United Kingdom extend their lead by one more round, up 4-0.
It seems like he should get away with a save. They will have one player chasing it, but there is not a lot of time left on the bomb, and Shiki's actually going to be pushing up from long as well, so they may just pincer him in this one. Not really any nades to work with, and HE will go out, but no damage found by that. Mitsaras just getting away with it, but nope.
He couldn't see through the smoke from that nade either. That's just a little insult to injury. That's one of the things that you can note. Big thing with like Molotovs and stuff, you know how the smoke goes off from a Molotov, it's really hard to see through if you're at range, but if you're right up on the Molotov, like right on the cusp of taking damage from it, you can actually see through the smoke of that Molotov. So with that player being close to the explosion for that HE grenade, he was able to see that player that was down and pit through it. Good idea with the pop flash on long A, not going to connect the damage they were looking for. Pulse is going to be able to get away with his life at 58 HP, but now they know, I mean, it's obviously going to be a safe round for Austria. Mitza is down to 45 HP, and they've only got pistols to work with, so they're going to go for an information probing maneuver at B. And they're going to be able to clear this out, so they know that the hit is going to be coming in towards the A bomb site.
Smoke goes down to hold off the long push, but it's not going to be perfect here. We will see a bit more aggression from Austria, though they're actually going to be flanking. Instead of retaking from long, they're going to be going towards short instead. And Ezio, who's in prime position for this one, goes to the spray down. Will land 2, but there's still 3 more from mid pushing him. Not much he can do there, and his teammate Pulse going down on short, trying to refrag. Shiki getting aggressive once again. Hit will actually benefit from it. Drops Vlad and takes a rifle out of the hands of the Austrian team, but still going to push through the smoke here, and he will come into a bit of a confrontation. Kakufa shuts him down there. Now it's going to be a 2v2, but surely there's no time for Austria to retake this one. The bomb is planted towards short, and that is the control that the UK lack, but the flank is coming in. This is going to be too perfect here. Aaron coming in from behind, finds a burst. Smoke is down, and Chris is trying to tap it, but no kit, meaning he has absolutely no time left. We'll be going to the UK once again, and Aaron actually tapping out that final kill, but I'm sure he's going to go down with the bomb hit.
Yeah, that's the big problem there. At that point, Austria realized that they didn't have enough time to be able to get the defuse, so they went for the economic damage play. They took all of the guns out of the hands of the UK side, and you can see what it actually does to their economy going forward into this round. You've got 3 players that are going to be down around $1,000 because of those buyouts. So if Austria is able to win this round right here, right now, they can potentially reset the United Kingdom and not allow them to have multiple buys in a row. And you can see how the last couple of rounds have kind of played out. They had 3 alive in the pistol, 4 alive the round after, 3 alive, and then 0 alive. And just because they lost all 5 players into that last round, look at how hard it hits that economy. That is a tremendous, tremendous blow to their ability to string rounds together continuously.
See UK here once again aggressive up on Cat. The AWP is just towards the top of Cat here, just holding over towards middle for the Austrian peak. Not going to be happening here. Chris is instead set up over towards the back of the plat here, just peeking into the tunnels, and UK are very stacked over towards short. But again, no long control here, so no split coming out from these T's. Just all 5 players up towards the A site over towards short, and they're yet to make any kind of big plays. Glad though, over in CT, smoke comes down, he'll just maneuver himself outside of it. The flash comes in, but he's going to avoid it now, and double flash, he's going to be completely white as UK. They start to push out on this one. Ezio going to be the man to take the first shot, but Vlad, 2 kills, 3! All headshots there apart from the first, and that's going to be perfect for him. Weber's worked his way over towards A to do some damage, but does only secure 1. The smoke is going to be down, so he won't be able to cross back into CT to try and recover the bomb. Does take out Vlad though, 24 seconds left on the clock here to clutch out this 1v3.
Yeah, not going to be a lot that he's going to be able to do in this situation. There's an AWP honed in on his position as well. There you go. Chris not going to miss that. Austria going to pick it up. And this is where I told you things are going to get a little dicey. They should be able to drop 2 AKs out, buy a 3rd AK on Shiki, and then go for maybe a Tech 9 armor play. And there you go. 2 AKs getting dropped. Shiki's going to buy up here. So they're going to have 4 AKs. And actually, he drops a UMP, or was that an MP9? UMP, okay. So it's not the worst buy here for the T side, but it is going to be their last buy if they lose this round, and they will have to save afterwards. But you can just see how that one round, like I was saying, they lost all 5 of their players. Look at how badly that affected them going into this next round. No AWP for Weber, no rifle for Shiki.
Flash goes over mid though. Chris is going to have to back off as the T starts to progress towards it. They're still not outside of the doors just yet, and Pulse, a bit of damage there to shoot the door onto Mitsara, but he hasn't repositioned just yet, and I'm sure Pulse 6's angle's clear now. It's maybe quite dangerous as he decides to go for the push out of it. But Mitsara instead just going to back off safely to long. We'll be able to get away with that one. Nade goes in as well, but no connection. The UK again, they're just doing the same thing, stacked up towards Cat here, ready to push out onto the A site, and this time they may be going for a bit of a long split as well. The bomb will be backing its way off towards the long doors, and take into account they do have to clear up the pit player as well as Misara, who is just switching between the site and long as well. So lots of support from Austria here, but lucky UK, they do have a pretty decent split onto the site here. Vlad and Shifter going to be holding it down very effectively though. Shifter sitting in pit here doing massive damage, 2 kills, and there we go. Just as the round started, it's over. Austria, complete wipeout, flawless round, and no deaths across the board.
Yeah, and this is the reset that I was telling you guys about. It's going to be a save from the UK side. They're not in double save territory just because they've got a 2-round money bonus, soon to be a 3rd round if they don't win this one. But look at the way that the economy swings there. Not losing a single member from the CT side. They keep all the rifles intact. So their money's not fantastic, but they will have enough money to go for another buy or at least buy some rifles if they do lose a couple of players into this one. The big part about this, though, is the fact that they were able to finally break the money of the economy for the UK side. So if they can string some more rounds together, they can actually formulate a pretty decent half here.
Oh, but they're going to just run straight into a spray down. Kako only gets 1 though. The AWP will still do the damage on the window there. Chris lands 1, but UK, they might be able to get a bomb down here, and that's going to be all they need. Weber making his way towards the site, planting towards the back as well, and that's going to be successful. They've barely invested anything, and they've got a good amount of money out of it, $800 bonus at the end. Maybe if they can do some more economical damage to Austria, that would be even better for them. And that nade, that should be a finisher for Pulse. It will be. Chris takes him down now, and it's all going to be on Weber with the M4, but he gets shot down shortly after. And Austria, they will get the defuse, but again, UK, all they need is a bomb plant that round.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to be able to go into a buy into the next round regardless, but that certainly helps a whole lot because Shiki was down at 1650 going into that into that plant at the last part of that round, he's going to have 4850 as opposed to slightly less. So, good plant from them. Back into a rifle buy. No op again for the CT or for the terrorist side. Weber with a Zeus buy. Let's see if he can find a cheeky angle with that one to... Oh, never mind. He already used it.
$200 down the bed.
That's a little bit of a bummer, man. I would have liked to see him, you know, if they execute in towards the A-bomb site, just perch himself there behind the double doors or something like that. Now, that's a big play right there. A lot of information gathered by, I believe that's Pulse outside of long A. He's going to hear all three of those nades go off, so he knows that at least three of them pushed long A, and that they've also used up their HE grenades at long, so they don't have nades for the retort at the A-bomb site.
But luckily enough, they have the setup to go towards a fast B. They haven't decided to do that, though. The bomb is just outside a tunnel, and we do have some lower tunnel control as well as some upper tunnel control. But again, they do have to worry about the Chris Orp on the very back of the plat over towards B. They're not aware of it just yet. Obviously, he hasn't fired a shot, but there we go. The information is gathered for the UK once again, and while they may not have any frags or any entries just yet, they've got a good bit of info to make a decision.
This is going to be on Chris hitting a couple of really nice shots here because it looks like it is going to be a split from mid to B and a crush onto the B bomb site. You can see two players out mid double doors right now, a third to follow. You're going to smoke off the CT spawn. There's actually nobody watching for this at all on the CT side, so they're going to be able to get out. Double doors player is going to be able to find a little bit of contact onto Pulse, dropping him down to 34. The Molotov onto the back of the planet B, and he is completely wiped out. Aaron going to find that entry. Pulse and Ezio going to go in on a couple as well, and the trades go positively for the UK.
Bomb does go down though at the end of the day and shipped to Mitsara, so kind of the last two to try and retake this one. Definitely not an easy feat, especially with the lack of utility they have on them. One Molotov to flush out a player and a flash to get themselves in, but that's not going to go anywhere as his teammate is already falling, so it's all going to be on ship to now, and at this point I just think a save would be the best decision.
He's still up there looking for it. Going to be able to find one, but now he's going to fall back from this one. And he gets shot in the back. The big thing there, again, was an unwinnable situation. Try to fall back and save your gun, but take a couple with you. Because you know that the economy is not good for the UK side. You know that they just saved the round before. And you know that you have money to go in for another buy. So that's exactly what the story is going to be here for the CT side. One of the big things, again, that I try to note when I do my casting for some of the newer players that are out there that don't necessarily understand economy in this game. Nice shot from Chris to start things off. I'll save that point that I was going to make here for a second. Good Molotov and good nade out around the corner. That's going to do tremendous damage. Mitsa with the triple from the nades. The setup was flawless. The HGs go out and just rock the UK side, and he burns one alive as well as a parting gift. It's all down to Pulse in a 1v4.
Oh dear. Gone from bad to worse here, and at least he still has access to the bomb over towards the doors, but maybe not anything else going for him right now. The time, I guess, but yeah, stuck in a very difficult situation here he is, and will be working his way down lower middle, but he does have to worry about for Kakufu, who will be positioned right towards the lower tunnel here. If he can find the angle at the right time, the flash goes over. Pulse is completely white, does recover from it, but the rifle shot is going to be viewed there by Kafu, and he will execute him there. So Austria with an almost flawless round, only losing ship to there, and they will be going for the buy once again. UK on the other hand, eco coming in for them.
All right, so what I was saying about the economy thing there, for those of you that don't understand, and I'm kind of blanking on what point I was trying to make in the first place. So, the hell was I talking about again? You go help. Help!
You didn't even make your point. I don't know.
The nade kills, man.
They shocked us all. I have no idea what you're talking about though. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was saying.
You said you were going to make a point, but you didn't say what the point was about.
I don't remember anymore because the nades just completely got me, man. Completely got me. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Alright, so some of you guys that don't necessarily understand economy as well as people who watch CS for a living or cast or play on a professional level, is one of the things to note on the CT side is they knew that the United Kingdom had so many players alive into the last round going into that previous gun round that they knew that they were going to have, you know, 4 AKs and an AWP. They're spending that extra $300 or $350 to get the head armor when they could have gotten more utility out of that last buy. Now, it works out for them in the long run. It's the utility that actually they did pick up that does all of the damage for him anyway, but it's just one of those things to note. Great nade from Shiki, though. Finds Kakafu and takes him down tremendously low.
Yeah, we will see Pulse just working his way out towards a bit of the spray. It's going to go towards the wrong area, but he somehow transfers it onto Vlad, and that's going to be in the favour of the T side now. Finally looking good for them, but they will be rushing in towards the B side here. And Kekafu, he's going to be in a great position. Flash goes in. It doesn't do much damage, though, and Shiki's going to be able to actually pick up that kill. Chris responds from the site, but he goes down to a pistol, and Aaron will take him down, getting the bomb down shortly after. Shipta and Mitsaras have to retake this one. And again, as in the previous round, not much utility to try and retake. Only a few flashes, and it's not going to go a long way, especially the UK if they just don't peek this one. The flash will come in, though. Austria are going to be committing to this site. Aaron finds the first, but sorry, he doesn't get a single one. Damage onto Pulse, but he will be finished off. In the UK, they're going to be picking up their 7th round now, so only just leading by 3.
Yeah, but they're going to get a golden opportunity here. Unless there's a force up from the Austrian side, which there actually will be. Because it was kind of a tricky situation here for the Austrian side. They've traded back and forth 3 rounds now. 4 rounds, really. CT's won 3 in a row, then a T round, then a CT, then a T round. That does not benefit the CTs whatsoever, obviously, with the more expensive rifles and things of that nature. And that's a really, I like that cheeky play. They're going to be able to catch out Mitsa on platform as well, and that's beautifully done. Chris is going to get completely blinded outside of... Oh my goodness, Shiki just going ham this round. He's going to find 2 down in CT spawn. That leaves all on Shipta. He's top mid. What I was saying was those round trades don't favor the Austrian side at all, the CT side, because the rifles are more expensive. So you can see how it finally dwindled it down. And they were actually into a situation where it's like, okay, we either force into this round or we have to double save because Shipta was so low on money.
The Seco is going to put the UK yet another round ahead of them, and they are not struggling for utility at the moment, or in terms of rifles. They've got plenty as well as economy, and they will be going for yet another set B rush here. Well, maybe not a rush, but a sneak. Chris is going to be close though. Finds the first one. There's still one towards Car they have to worry about, and that's going to be Kakaku. He does get one, but shut down shortly after by Pulse. And Shiki going to be holding off the long push as well over towards top mid. There's still 2 more to deal with. We're just going to tap them out the server. There we go. UK 9-4 now.
Again, I mean, a nice recovery here from the UK side because there were 4 rounds that were strung together in relatively close succession for the Austrian side, and now they've kind of stabilized here on the T side. They've got a pretty good sizable bank out of 4 of the 5 players for the UK team as well, and Aaron is going to be the one with the low bank, but he's also the one with the highest score on his team sitting there. He's not the top fragger, but he's just sitting at the top doing, you know, a lot of impact into a lot of these rounds for his squad. So we'll have to see how they can recover into this one. And this is what I was telling you before. They know that they're going up against 4 rifles and an AWP, 4 AKs and an AWP. So it's more or less because they couldn't afford it on the Austrian side, but they opt to not go for head armor on any of their players. So they were able to get, you know, an extra smoke or an extra flash or an HE grenade for the beginning of the round. But it is going to be that mid to B split. They've only got the bomb by himself in tunnel, so if they can read this properly on the Austrian side, they might be able to shut this down. And this is the right play. They're pushing aggressively behind this, and Kakafu drops the bomb carrier. That's pretty much the round done and dusted here for the CT side.
The UK are going to have to perform a miracle to come back out of this. Really nice crossfire set up on Austria, and it seems like the UK's aren't ready. Kakafu picks up a 2k or 3k in the round, and Austria they secure 5-9 as we go into the last round of the half. And they needed that one. They needed that economical benefit. If they lost that one, they would have been on a force for the final round. And the UK, they will be able to afford plenty enough, but Austria going to be up on this AWP that the UK don't quite have here, despite being able to afford it actually.
Yeah, and this is all the eggs in one basket right here. Some flashes go out long A. That's just Shiki trying to keep them honest as they push their way down through mid. They've already got a player out middle. Weber is so fast getting out through mid. Let's see if they can capitalize on the little bit of chaos that started in this round, but not so far. Pulse goes down to Vlad.
There we go, the entry's coming in. Ezio does do some damage. Shiki's on the flank though. He drops down, gets a first spot on the second. They just seem to be aware. What is this communication here coming out from Austria? They seem to be tilted, and Shipta will manage to take down Shiki. Again, this is not over. The United Kingdom are not out the woods yet. There's still one more player to get rid of, and of course, all he needs to find is a single one-on-one engagement. And as long as the UK don't give him that opportunity, this should be okay for them. They just have to hold down. Weber still has a molly to work with, and Shipta, he's going to be starting his entry into the site. Flash set up, not going to commit to it though as to not give away his position. He's going to sneak his way up in through the window, but Ezio, he's close below. And there we go. That'll be the half. 10-5 for the UK. Very dominant, showing as we did see obviously on the previous map. That was 11-4 after the first half, and we will be switching to the second pistol in a very short moment.
It's actually 12-3.
Was it? Oh yeah,
On
it was.
cash, yeah, it was
Yeah.
12-3 on cash, and UK won the pistol round. I don't really particularly like that play from Shifta at the end of that round. He had a smoke, a Molotov, and 2 flashes to work with, and he threw none of it to try to go for that retake. He could have, dropped the Molotov into the back of sight. That's a very common spot for people to play, or he could have thrown it on back plat to try to clear out that angle. He could have thrown a smoke over the wall for tunnel. That'll cut off 2 angles that he has to watch coming back in through double doors or through window, and they can bomb a flash off of that. You saw him almost line it up. The light post that's outside of that B bomb site. You saw him start to line up a flash off of that. You can actually flash off that. That'll pop flash into the site, and he opts not to go for any of that. And that's a lot of utility that he could have utilized to give himself a little bit of a better chance into that round. So, a little bit of a bummer that he didn't go for that.
UK going to be on the CT side now. They're going to be going for the 4 armor, 1 nade by Pulse. He's already exhausted almost all of his nades, only a flashbang left. And Aaron, very aggressive position towards short. The smoke will come out, and while that is for a T smoke, of course, to allow them to cross onto short, it's actually more beneficial for him because it means he can peek out onto Cat without having to worry about the tunnel. But meanwhile, Austria, they are going to be aggressing up towards the long. First kill comes out, and the second going in the favour of these terrorists here. And Pulse and Weber and Aaron are going to be the last 3 alive. Flash goes out from Pulse. That's the last utility on this UK team. And Weber, he's just going to be getting super aggressive. It does pay off for 1 kill, but maybe not in the long run. Taps come out and Shifter, he's going to slaughter him. Pulse gets dinked down to 10 HP, and he'll be finished off from the flank, leaving just Aaron alone over towards Cat here in a 1v4.
He's already been spotted. Aaron going to go to war right now. Drops the bomb carrier, drops the second one as well. It's still within the realm of possibility that he can get this done. We will see whether or not he can make this one happen here, as it is down to that 1 versus 2. Aaron up here on catwalk, still looking for Shifta, almost spotting the head of each one of those players. Shifta's got the superior angle, but Aaron's going to eliminate him off the map, but now he's just got to deal with Vlad at long A. He's got to realize he does spot him out. He can go for the bomb plant, for the bomb defuse. Just going to sit there and wait, and he gets the headshot. It's done.
What?
The 4K 1v4 and defuse. UK are going to steal away the pistol round.
I didn't know it's possible to give a player 4 single engagements in this situation when you're 5.
You've obviously never seen Austrian CS.
Dude, Austrian CS is worse than UKCS, it seems. This is not good for the Austrians. I have no words. I'm done. Oh my god. UK, though, going for the bye, they've got to be cheering after that one. I think the confidence will reign them supreme as they take a very hefty lead here in the second half. In Austria, obviously, they did get the bomb down. No need to go for the force up here. Just some pistol investments. They will be able to buy up next round, obviously. And just some Deagles, some CZs, and obviously a P250 there on Kakafu. For the UK, just...
That was just a little bit miserable right there. Nice tag, though, with that scout. Need to follow up. A lot of damage onto those players in B tunnels, but you can just see it was just really poorly played there from the Austrian side last round. And the UK just going to capitalize this time around. They only lose Shiki. They'll be able to pick up all those kills, but UK extend their lead again, 12-5. They're looking to put this one to bed.
I mean, it's very early. There's no need to go to bed just yet, but I agree with the sentiment. Austria, they do have the full rifles out now. Not so much utility to work with, but the UK are going to be sticking with these SMGs here and the Scout and weapon. But that's more than a viable weapon here on the long-range map. Dust 2, of course. So not going to be too much of a disadvantage. The MP7 may come into a bit of an awkward confrontation, but either way, Weber will get taken down early and no mid-control. And from the CTs, no short play, so it's going to mean that he will be spotted out from lower. Smoke comes down just to hold off these Ts, but they're not going to be going towards mid. They're actually going up towards short, very fast, in fact. The footsteps will be heard, and this will allow rotations from the UK team. There's only going to be one player to deal with on the site. That's Aaron. He's shortly dispatched from, and Ezio coming in with his MP7. It also gets taken down very fast. Vlad picking up 3 kills so far, and Shiki is going to be the last one alive. 1 versus 4 here. We've seen it done before. Maybe not from the same person, but it's definitely possible to do again. He taps down the first player. Flag gets dropped, and now Kakko on the site. Drop a smoke and drop out, and that's got to be it for Shiki, I'm sure.
Vlad's got to be pissed, though. He got the 4K and also drops Shiki down to 15 HP, not able to finish him off and get the ace, which is a little bit of a bummer, but see how they can recover into this next round, because it is going to be very difficult for these guys to make anything happen on the UK side, because the money is going to be wrecked for them. They might force into this next round just based off of the fact that they're going to have a couple of players that are going to be hovering up around the $4,000 mark. We might see some pistols and some armor be brought out, but honestly, they've got a pretty solid lead going, so there shouldn't be a reason for them to invest too much into this. They actually might. They've got 3,200 on the lowest bank player. The rest of them are hovering around 4K, so I actually wouldn't be completely shocked to see him force, especially since Shiki saved that AK last round. They're going to play it safe, though. They go for the pit. Nope. Wait. Scout on Weber. No armor being bought, so it is going to be a little bit of a smatter. It's a little quasi-buy going on.
Yeah, they have the money at least to get some buys in there, but obviously not committing to a full one. And I mean, why would they? They got such a buffer, they don't need to. And we will see Shiki get aggressive over towards short. That's the AK out of the hands of the UK, so the only decent rifle at least is gone, and it's all going to be on Weber really and his team just to pick up the pieces. But how possible that is, I'm not too sure here. Molotov goes out towards mid. Aaron's just going to survive that. The smoke comes in as well, so he's not going to be set on fire just yet.
And they're going to slow things down a little bit here on the T side. They don't want to overly peak or anything like that. So, again, nice shot there from Aaron. Could he even see him? I don't know. Go TV is so difficult. It's so fickle with the smoke sometimes to be able to tell if they can actually see on the corner of that. But a really nice shot from him is going to be able to find that. Scout's going to try to do a little bit of work, but Weber's going to get taken down immediately. And now we are going to be seeing a little bit of a swing back here towards the terrorist side, but still a lot to do for Austria. 3 players to dispatch, and one of them still sitting in that A bomb site. That's Ezio, who's got the Desert Eagle. He's going to be looking for a couple of ranged shots as they push their way up Cat. That's one. Looking for a second one. He's still able to play the bait and switch, but his teammate comes around. Aaron's going to find one, and now it's down to a 2 versus 3. The bomb is dropped on Catwalk. They have to find these last 2 players. One of them coming from long A. That's Mitza. One from CT. That's Pulse that finds Chris, and now the last player alive is Mitza. 1 versus 3, the nade's going to come out. That's going to do the damage. Going to take down one, but he's still going to contend with Pulse. He's going to contend with Ezio. Flashbang out around the corner. Smoke goes down into the CT cross. Going to spam around a little bit. 14 seconds on the clock. He's got to get up on Cat and recover that bomb. Not a lot of time for him to be able to do this. Potential for the jump peak.
Yeah, all it's going to take is for Pulse to just jump peek, and he'll have the free kill. The bomb does go attempted to go down, but there we go. Pulse executes it. And I don't understand how UK can actually pick up that round with just pistols and a scout. Shiki not even having really any impact apart from a bit of damage on the Vlad at the beginning of the round. So really well played from UK, and maybe a bit of a misplay from Austria once again. But 13-6 will be the score, and we are going to see Austria on this horrible economical situation once again. Really not much investment, some deagles, and that's going to be it. A bit of armor on Shipter. No nades at all for these Ts.
Aggression towards long A. They're not dropping nades out. Finally, the nade comes out around the corner. 1 HP. Ah, the splash damage from Ezio's nade does manage to finish off Mitza. That is going to be a 2-man drop down here at the long A corridors. Austria reeling at the moment right now. They don't really know what to do. They can't really get these executes going. They've gotten ecoed 3 or 4 times in these 2 maps that we've seen so far. A lot of damage there on the Kakafu. He's trying to get out and try to pick up, I don't know if he was trying to get a bomb or what he was doing. The bomb was actually outside of long A. It looked like he was trying to pick up a rifle or a gun or something that was dropped. Unfortunately, he doesn't get anything except for a face full of shrapnel. Nice shot from Shipta, though. Does manage to take down Aaron, so it's only a 1-man advantage for the UK, but the HP values heavily favoring the Brits.
Austria, they're going to be pushing up short now. UK just holding fast. Shiki's in a great position. Finds that first. Still a low HP player pushing up short, so he should be able to isolate that player. But Ezio actually takes him down. Vlad, nice 1D, but does get followed up with a frag. And UK, they're going to be picking up 14-6. Pretty dominant so far, though. I'm not expecting this of the UK, at least. And I want to, before I say anything else, I think I want to see them play against some more verse teams later in the tournament, in the next bracket, because that will be interesting to see how they'll do against a team with slightly more preparation or slightly more skill, at least. That'll be interesting. But either way, Austria is just going to be getting aggressive towards one. Chris finds the 2 entries here, but there's still one more over towards Pit. Ezio, that nade does a bit of damage, puts him down to 10 from 14, but he's still alive here, and he still has potential to actually pick up a kill through the smoke. Still flashes and molotovs being used, but how have they not punished him by now? They're actually just backing off despite him being isolated and alone in Pit. Perfect molly just to put Shipter down to low HP, and that will be it for him surely, but nope, the extinguish comes out. Smoke on the mollies down to 7 HP, and the mid to B split is going to be apparent for Austria. UK holding things down. Pulse is going to be alone on the site, peeks out into the door, finds a burst, continues with the aggression. It takes two. There's still one more up on the site, and he is going to be alone, so gets isolated there by Chris and taken out at the end of the day. But still a very painful round for Austria, only keeping 2 players, and they were very low HP as well.
Yeah, but a nice recovery there from Austria, but I just feel it's going to be too little too late. We will see a reset from the UK side. Well, we saw what happened the last time that they were on this kind of an investment. Desert Eagle down through mid. We're looking for some damage on a Cockapoo. Flashbang out. He's going to push the smoke. This is a great play. He could potentially find this kill. One more player at the top side of mid, but Weber gets the opener. Able to drop one. Cheeky peek there on Catwalk by Aaron's. Going to find a little bit of extra intel, knowing that one is going to be green boxes at the top side of mid. Shipta. We try to push up here on Catwalk and find a little extra intel for the T side. 2 players rotating off of the A-bomb site, going back down into CT spawn to try to lock down a mid to B split, because it did work for the Austrian side last round. Let's see if they opt to go for that once again.
Flash comes out. Pulse, he's going to go with a peek. His teammate also. They get a bit of information to Shipta's whereabouts, but they're not going to be taking any fights just yet. Long push is almost coming out here from these Ts, and all UK have to do is just hold and wait till they get to an aggressive position so they can take them out with the pistols. Obviously, close range headshots there. They're not really going to want to take any ranged engagements apart from Ezio here with the Deagle. And there's no short split coming out, but he's so preoccupied with that position. They make him a bit distracted. And you can see they're waiting for the T's to get close, and it's working out quite well for them. Ezio and Aaron both picking up kills, and now it's a 4v2, and UK again pulling it out of nowhere.
And they know Ezio's stuck here behind single box in the A-bomb site, but again, I mean, the 2-man advantage here for the UK. They're trying to spam up that player, but they got to deal with these 2 guys at CT. Aaron's going to be able to find one, and they finish it off. Another eco round victory for the UK side. That is at least 5 that they've been able to take off of Austria so far.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how they're doing this, but works either way, I guess. And UK only 1 round off, silencing Austria and pushing them out of the tournament for good here. They've only got pistols and a couple of rifles, an SMG and a rifle here on Chris as well. Chris has been doing phenomenal work, at least for this T side in the previous map, and he's also done a good bit this map as well. Lots of important entry frags, but either way, Austria, they've got all their players apart from one set up over towards B. Mid-Sara, sorry, set up over towards the outer of B tunnel. So Austria edging towards a mid to B split here. 3 of their players are ready for this one. The smoke will not be in the hand at the moment. Will finally go down, but maybe a bit too late. They do find the entry. Chris takes down Aaron, and it's going to leave Pulse and his teammate isolating on the site. They've got to deal with this one together, and Mitsara is going to be a man to watch out for in tunnels as well. Kakafu just entries onto the site with the Tech 9, picks up 2 kills, and now it's a 2v2. They should be able to get this bomb down, but the fast rotating UK players are already in. They have to worry about Vlad, though, because he's stuck over in middle.
Yeah, that's the big thing. They're isolated here. That's a nice shot from Cockapoo. He's going to be able to find that kill there onto Ezio. He almost shoots his teammate. A little bit of lackluster communication going out here from the Austrian side, but they do manage to pull it back, get it done, and get an 8th round on the board to keep things alive for them for the time being. But we will see how long-lived that is, as we do see an investment from Pulse. He just buys up an AWP, but this is actually double safe territory for the UK side, so I don't hate the idea of him picking up an op here and trying to make a play.
No,
great flash over Mitch. All right.
Complete top mid push here from the UK. It's armorless, but they are still getting damaged. 2 kills already found, 1 by Pulse with the AWP down towards the lower mid. And he's going to be alone now, but really not much potential for him to get anything here. Hope is a bit of a risk play here, but he does peek towards top mid. Not going to be the right timing though. Meanwhile, Austria, they're working their way up long as well. So if he can catch the first play on the cross, this isn't out of the question for him to do this. He just has to hit the first shot on target. If he misses that, it's going to be game over, because they're going to know his position. It's going to be their 3v1. So spots out the first, does hit it. Bomb is down, and now he has more potential to follow up. He does. It's 2 as well. The third. Chris does cross through the smoke to the site, and now it's going to be a 1v1. Pulse doesn't need to peek in this situation. He needs to wait for the bomb to go down and rotate round. He's going to be faking that at least and going back towards the CT spawn. Chris finally commits to the bomb plant. Pulse, he's going to be stuck here. Not a lot of options.
It's like you said, it's definitely within the realm of possibility that he can pull this one off. Chris is going to work his way up towards Catwalk. It's not planted for Cat, so This is going to be an interesting angle for him to be in. There's no kid on pulse, so he's going to have to hustle this one up if he wants to be able to get this round done. The big thing is that Chris, he's going to be over from the quad, so kind of a tricky angle here for him to play from, but he gets the timing right. He's going to be able to find that. But again, it ends up being an expensive round here for Austria, and you can see where their money's at. It's not in a good spot, but we will see the second save round from the UK side come out. So we might see Austria actually hit double digits into this round, or into this match, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility that the UK just ecos them here again and wins the round in the match.
Yeah, that is true. But again, mentioning the bad economy in Austria, it is important to note that at least they're getting a chance to build up a bit more bank because UK are going to be on this eco, and hopefully we see Austria actually pick up this round for a change and not lose to another eco. But who really knows here with Shiki finding that entry frag. Kakafu will trade it out though, so we're back into a 4-on-4 already. And again, this does favour Austria because it's going to be the CTs have less map control in terms of splitting round and stacking sites. So.
Slow play here, even strength 4-on-4. Bomb outside of long A. Desert Eagle action from Ezio could potentially put a kink in the thing here for the terrorist side. Take that peek with the spam going out. Chris is tagged down to 74. One bullet from that Desert Eagle is all that it's going to take, but for the time being, they're going to send a lurker over towards B. Vlad going to try to probe for a little extra information here, maybe try to pull a rotation from these CT-sided players, but nothing doing just yet. And Aaron's sitting on catwalk looking for that lower B push, but Vlad's going to go all the way around from T-spawn. Looks like they're falling back from long A. Are they setting up some smokes? Yeah, they just threw out a smoke that's going to land for CT spawn. So the push is going to be coming in towards the A bomb site, and here they come.
Oh, Kakafu finding that first entry. Ezio will be dropped, and they're going to try and make their way onto the site, doing so successfully. Chris, it's another frag, and we will get a bit of Go TV lag, but now it's all going to be on pulse here as he rotates back towards top mid, going towards long, either trying to get an exit frag or maybe just secure a rifle.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot that he can do. Up, already trained on his position. It's just going to take him down, and now we're going to finally get an opportunity here to see a little bit of a closer matchup. Austria, 10 rounds on the board, coming into another full gun round from the UK side. Weber's got the AWP. He's been a little bit lackluster in this matchup after the dominant performance that he had on Cash, where the analysts nailed it as far as the player to watch. He's kind of been quiet into this one with only 12 kills, and he's been the one that's been locking down that B bomb site. Ezio, though, he's been locking down long A, doing a pretty solid job with it as he takes down Kakafu, who's been the guy who's kind of put the spanner in the things for the UK side in the last couple of rounds. Up shot, little off the mark, not going to connect as much damage as they had hoped. As Shiki's going to be down to 49 HP, he's going to fall all the way back over towards the A bomb site, and now things are going to get slowed down from the terrorist side as they do take over mid and cat control.
They still have a lot of utility to work their way out onto wherever avenue of success they choose, but that's going to be B at the moment. They don't have any tunnel control, meaning that they're all going to have to push right through mid unless they hurry up and rotate round. Aaron going to be holding things down, but just Pulse is flashed out into middle. He's going to be able to get another kill, and this is going excellently for UK. They might just be able to close out this map, and they will do so. Pulse finishing things up onto Vlad, and now it's going to be 16-10 in favour of the UK side, and that'll be the game. The match. Austria, they're out of the tournament, and the UK, they do progress to the next bracket in this qualifier. Obviously, we are still in the qualifier for the LAN event in Belgrade, Serbia in October. So